When I reviewed 28 Years Later, I said the Doctor was my favorite part of the movie, and now we have an entire movie about the Doctor, so of course I'm extremely happy. I had a really good time watching this movie. It's very refreshing and unique take on the zombie ideas that we have seen before many times. Ralph Fiennes is an absolute delight to watch in this movie. Every time he was on screen, I was happy with a wide smile on my face. I really need to watch more of his movies. The story itself is divided in two parts, just like the previous one. Here we have story A, which is more focused on the Doctor, where he is working with the Alpha and they're trying to find cure for the zombies. And it also explains like why he doesn't simply kill the Alpha in the previous movie, which was my big point of frustration. So I'm glad that it is explained. And the story B is about our boy Spike. If you remember in the last movie, he runs away from his house in the dangerous area. So now he has become part of this cult and he really does not like it. He's trying to escape it because this cult is led by this horrible, horrible guy who is extremely sadistic, manipulative, and dangerous. And this way, movie does a really good job of balancing itself out. With Doctor, you get to explore more of the loneliness, the optimism, the funny and the weird side of the story. And by weird, I mean this movie can get very weird at times. It was always entertaining, but yeah, it gets weird. And with the story of Spike and the cult leader, it delivers more of the traditional stuff, you expect from zombies, like more action, violence, brutality. I mean, this movie can get very violent at times. I know it's a horror movie, but sometimes it's like, whoa, dude, like, whoa, but I like how, with this cult leader storyline, the movie explores ideas of religious fanaticism, abuse of power, pure delusion, and just controlling people in this time of scarcity. There are actually a lot of biblical and satanic themes explored in this movie. And the guy who plays villain does a very good job of showcasing this theme through his character. He's well written and well acted. On surface, he seems like your typical sadistic grifter who is manipulating these people to have fun. But as the movie progresses, you realize, you know what, maybe there is more to this guy. Maybe he's way more screwed up than I first thought so. Spike, however, the kid played by Alfie Williams, he does have an important role in story, but it is very clear that he is on the sideline this time. The story is very clearly focused more on Doctor and the religious leader. I also really loved how they explored the character of Alpha. So yeah, you do get, like it's a big strong zombie, so you do get a lot of action with him. But overall how his character arc happens is very creative and well put together. It's refreshing in that sense. The movie is very weird and it does all of that weird stuff with lots of confidence. And that is what helps this movie stand out from the sea of zombie movies out there. When you go watch this movie, don't expect, a cool guy with shotguns in both hands blasting zombies left and right, or these hordes of zombies running around giving you jump scares everywhere. It does have action, and as I said, it is very violent at times, but it is very grounded. Even when it becomes over the top a little bit, it never becomes silly. The conflict in this movie is very small on scale. It is just about this small group of people and how they interact with each other. And I think that's amazing because it truly makes you care about each character and what happens to them. Just like 28 Days Later, this movie is interested in pushing boundaries. It's like, hey, we have these ideas, how can we present it in a very unique way? The movie has surprising amount of humor as well, and most of it works. Like there is a sequence that you're gonna have a good time, I already know. I really appreciate this human and empathetic undertone of the movie. Even when we're dealing with zombies, it is about them being people. They used to be humans before they turned into zombies. I do have some issues with this movie though. One is not like issue, but I'm worried that this might not do well on box office. Because this movie so confidently embraces its weirdness, maybe normies might not enjoy. I hope I'm wrong because I'm very excited for third movie, but I wouldn't be surprised if this movie struggles a little bit on the box office. But on the other hand, the budget should be small because they do reuse a lot of the locations and set pieces to cut down the cost. Another issue I have is with the pacing. So movie is never boring, it's entertaining through and through, but it can feel a bit choppy at times. The journey this cult goes through, from beginning to end, can feel a little bit unsatisfying. Spike's character growth feels a bit choppy. But even all of this is nothing compared to this one particular problem I have with this movie. And man, this thing bothered me so much. There is this moment where a character is about to know a piece of information, that will have massive impact on the story. And the movie does a very bad job of handling it. It's the only time where this movie and the writing felt very cheap. Like the conflict they tried to create was just so artificial. Because there are many moments during that scene, where the character could have easily known that piece of information, but the movie doesn't let it happen. What I said might not make sense to you right now, but when you watch the movie, I promise you will immediately get it. But other than that, it was a very fun movie, and it is very clearly, a small piece that connects the first movie to the third movie. I really like how this movie has very linear progression. It starts out a bit slow, but as it goes on, it keeps getting better and better. It also does a very good job of setting up the third movie. When it ends, you are excited and you really are like, oh man, I wish I could watch the third movie right now. And because of this, I give The Bone Temple 3.5 out of 5. Thank you for watching all the way through. I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye, take care, and have some fun with fiction.